We go in, we eat, we out before the cheesecake. You got it?
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. My name is Mac, and this is episode 3 of Frozen Synapse 2 Storytime. In the last episode, the hamster horde did some Uber Eats deliveries for extra cash, Tao nearly killed Charlie, and Hotdog didn't do much of anything. That's right, butthole, I'm calling you out. That'll teach you to sing songs about my work ethic. As the strike team heads back to base from the last mission, Mac has his HR hat on and is onboarding the new recruits. Welcome to the hamster horde, Huddy, Nate, and Gamer Plays. The horde is pretty low on cash, so Mac picks up another delivery contract, and creates a new squad to take care of it, Huddy's Delivery Service. Charlie's still on edge from the last mission, so he joins Huddy, and together they head out to make that bread. With Charlie tied up, Mac joins the strike team, and together they all head off to the library to take care of the latest Sonata incursion. When the squad arrives, Sonata is unaware of their presence, and there's an uneasy stillness in the air. Suddenly, the shit hits the fan, and the Sonata squad opens fire on the civilians there. The strike team can't afford to lose the element of surprise here, so they're sadly unable to help. They use the cover of chaos to quickly work their way toward the library. One of the Sonata dickheads heads back outside, spots the horde, and sounds an alert. Bad move. Tao quickly takes him out. Another even dumber one stands in the doorway, and Tao gladly drops him as well.
Wham bam, done.
Mac approaches the window and fires a shot at an SMG unit inside, but misses. It's a good thing Hotdog didn't see that, or Mac wouldn't hear the end of it for days. Gamer posts up outside the front door while the others slowly move into position. The enemy shotgun unit thinks he's being sneaky, but Gamer blasts him. Kill one for the new guy. The final Sonata unit remains hunkered down among the bookcases, not sure just how many different ways that he's screwed, but certain that he is. It's a game of cat and mouse now. Hotdog and Gamer both enter the library and take cover behind the desk, leaving Sonata with no way out. Eventually, Tao gets the enemy in his sights and adds one more notch to his belt. It's a fat mess, but the library is secure, and with that knowledge, the boys head home. Along the way, Mac gets a call from the council.
There is absolutely no explanation for this death toll. Sonata could easily have acquired the relic without causing this level of damage. It seems totally irrational. I'm getting frantic calls from all over the city. The districts are in an uproar. We desperately need some assistance. Belacqua, patch in Chancellor Laine Malhotra from Brightling.
Despite our recent altercations, I'm willing to compromise and provide some support to this project. We respectfully ask that you curb some of Mac's more cavalier behavior when it comes to city management, however.
I apologize, Chancellor. I will be sure to discuss it with them.
The university would perhaps be better equipped to help had the council not slashed our funding over the last 2 years.
Yes, I understand that this is less than ideal, but we could be facing a serious threat to the entire city.
I thought the entire city was supposed to be your domain. We were compelled to militarize during the rise in realization to protect ourselves. Things don't seem to have changed.
Look, this is boring. You do research, right? Want to research the most annoying shapeform we've seen since my 1.0 version? All you have to do is help us stop it. You can keep any other data you gather.
Well, if those are serious terms, then we could be interested. It doesn't appear that we're able to gain any further insight from the relics at this point. We know that they can accelerate computational systems, and their monetary value is demonstrable, but beyond that, their connection to Sonata is largely opaque. If you are able to capture a Sonata unit, we may be able to extract some information from it by analyzing its shape connection.
Everyone abruptly ends the call. How odd. Another call comes in, this time from Gehrt Mr. Forrester of Diamond Brothers.
Hello?
Supreme Dude Silver, it's good to meet you. I'm Gehrt Forrester, director of Diamond Brothers Holdings. After the realization, we took a sizable bet on Markov's rejuvenation. I'm pleased to say it paid off, and now we find ourselves attending to the financial health of the city. It's a responsibility I relish. I'm sure you share my outlook. Every crisis is an opportunity to invest. Sonata is a unique property, and its relics could represent a strong foundation for a new financial system. Goodbye to you, Supreme Dude Silver.
The people of Markov Geist really have a funny way of conversing, don't they? When the squad gets back to base, Hotdog sends in the relic for activation, and Mac has some money to burn, so burn it he does. He finds an assault unit named Local Slav for hire and assigns him to the strike team. Then he checks out the contracts available and tries to get some silencers for the group. Some stealth capability would really benefit them. Unfortunately, the budget won't allow it. Since Mac can't just save his money for once, he goes and hires another member to the team, a dude named Light with a grenade launcher.
Hey Mac, isn't a grenade launcher kind of the opposite of stealth?
Shut up!
Rats. A contract is needed for the explosive ammo. It looks like Light will be on housekeeper duty for now. Sorry, dude. Since the hamster horde has grown, Mac decides to take on some potentially more risky contracts for more cash. Brightling University needs someone to patrol 367 Harris for 12 hours, and is willing to pay a hearty 27 grand, so Mac gladly accepts and dispatches Huddy's delivery service to the site. Not long after Huddy and her team arrive, Mac gets another call from Medem. They've tracked Sonata to a new location, where there may be an opportunity to capture a Sonata unit. Taking on this task with a small squad seems unwise, and this patrol contract is too valuable to give up, so Mac decides to play Stardew Valley on his phone back at HQ and wait for the delivery squad to finish up their job. Hey, it's my BFF Pam! Pam.
6.5 hours later.
The patrol was rather uneventful, so Huddy coordinates some more deliveries for the horde. Charlie, Nate, and Hotdog take care of them. And Mac gets a call from Zorbaz Englander, the postmaster of Parcel Tossers. He proposes they sign a treaty. They do offer up a lot of drama-free work for the horde, so Mac accepts the offer and gets back to his game. No, I want the coin! I want the coin! No! Shit. The phone rings again. It's Barrington Fontaine of Greyline South.
Supreme Dude. My helper gnomes have informed me that the Blue Sunlight are conducting intrusive public evangelism right here in the Greyline South. This sort of thing really twangs my wick, if you get my meaning. So I do hope you can put a stop to it for me. I'll be most, upset if you do not.
As much as Mac detests public evangelism, he doesn't want to solve this problem with violence, so he declines the offer and instead calls up his friend Lucian Greaves from the Satanic Temple. Lucian agrees to set up shop across the street from Blue Sunlight and do some counter-evangelism. That usually takes care of the issue. Later that day, after one terribly boring patrol and many mundane deliveries, Mac goes on another spending spree. He signs a contract for explosive ammunition and hires an SMG unit named Blazing Wolf to defend the base. Then he sends Hotdog, Nate, Light, Charlie, Local Slav, and Gamer Plays to the hotel, where the council wants them to capture a Sonata unit named James Olsen. He's highly protected as he gets checked into the hotel, so the horde will need to ambush them to take him alive. Luckily, the council has provided an extra unit, Steve, to take care of knocking him out with a gas grenade. The squad takes up strategic positions around the perimeter, Hotdog on the west, Nate and Light to the north, and Charlie, Local Slav, and Steve to the south. Gamer Plays says he isn't feeling good and decides to take a nap in the street.
What? No, I didn't. You just forgot about me.
This is my story, and you'll speak when I tell you to speak, you little... Everybody holds position as Sonata starts to patrol. They don't want any surprises. The backside of Building C looks safe, so half the team moves in while Hotdog puts on his big boy sneaky pants and stalks a lone Sonata unit. Nate and Light use cars for cover. James Olsen is escorted to the back of Building C, then left alone. This should be easy. On his signal, Hotdog takes out his mark while Nate drops another and Local Slav gets a third. Charlie does what he does best.
Wild card, bitches!
And runs screaming into the action. It's total chaos as Light fires a grenade into the courtyard, killing one enemy, but also the unlucky hotel manager.
I knew I should have stayed home today.
Hotdog keeps moving toward Building A and drops another unit. Steve launches a grenade through the window to pin James Olsen down and keep his protection out. Nate sees a couple of ninjas sprinting his way and just barely manages to lose them behind a parked car. A Sonata SMG tries to get to Steve, but Local Slav lays him out from across the yard. At this point, Hotdog makes a beeline for a valuable package in Building C. Light launches another grenade through the building, hoping for a kill, and gets 2 civilians. Nate knows he is outmatched here and attempts to fall back to safety, but gets stabbed in the back. Lokoslav sees this and exacts vengeance on Sonata, taking down 2 more units. With a clear opening, Steve bounces a grenade inside Building C.
You got knocked the f*** out, man!
The squad successfully captures James Olsen, but the guys don't feel victorious. They pick up their bounty and their fallen brothers and begin the trek back to headquarters. Madam calls and offers the Horde some reassurance.
This is the first chance we've had to get ahead of Sonata. It's good to have some positive news to bring to the Council. Mac, you're likely to hear a lot of criticism of our work from various quarters. It's just par for the course. The truth is that we're the only organization protecting fundamental rights and the only truly neutral forum. Whether you believe that's a moral end in itself or simply a shield to protect individual freedoms, it largely doesn't matter. We're the only chance the city has for lasting peace. I've certainly had enough of killing.
Mac receives notice of multiple code violations during the last skirmish, causing a public disturbance and discharging a firearm into the streets. Well done, Lokoslav. When the squad arrives back at HQ, the guys get Nate and Charlie into recovery beds and hope for the best. They've never had to use this tech before and aren't sure if it will even work, but there's nothing else they can do. That's it for now, buddies. Thank you very much to my talented friends who added their voices to this story. You should definitely check out their channels for more excellent content. And if you're one of those weirdos who likes my voice, leave a like and a comment. And remember...
And tell them ain't no such thing as leftover hamsters.